Hi, I'm Bloomington Mayor John Hamilton.
And I'm Deputy Mayor Mary Catherine Carmichael. Mayor, recently we hosted the 7th annual Public Safety Report to the community. That's a pretty cool thing. We made a big announcement at that event, but we also covered some of the highlights of 2022. So why don't we start there, and then we'll build to the climax of the big announcement that we made.
Well, you're right. We do this every year now. I think it's really important to tell the community the public safety stats, if you will. Sometimes the media and the daily information overwhelms us with that, but the basic information which we shared from the police, the fire, and the Family and Resource Department was number one. We continued to see a general decline in criminal crime activity, 1%. However, we also continued to see a rise in gun violence in particular. So we talked about a bunch of things we're doing on that, and people can get more information about that. Fire department, we talked about, there was a 6% increase, I think, in call volume, maybe coming out of the pandemic a little bit, more activity and such. And they're continuing to add resources like now health workers and others. And then community and family resources, one of the things they reported was a new grant program to go. We now have 2 pretty substantial grant programs that help neighborhoods and downtown folks improve the overall public safety climate. So that was an annual report. There's tons of data online, or you can watch the whole video if you want.
Right. And one consistency between police and fire was a challenge to attract and retain great personnel. So to that end,
that's the big announcement.
That's the big announcement.
So
how are we going to do that? How are we going to do a better job?
You know, at that event, we said, after going through all that, the biggest challenge, as you said, is our people.
Right.
Keeping them, finding them. And that's a challenge in almost every city in America. So we announced a really, I think, exciting, and I don't know of any place in the country that's doing this, to say we want to help our first responders, police and fire, live in the city. Right. That's a big deal. There's a lot of aspects to that, but they're wonderful people. They're great for our communities and our neighborhoods, but it's hard for a lot of them to live in the city. Right. It's expensive.
Right.
Very few do right now. So we announced a program where we're going to offer a $100,000 no interest down payment loan to a pilot program for 10 each, police and fire, to help them buy a house in the city. Right. So if it's a $300,000 house, it'll effectively become a $200,000 house.
Suddenly you can afford the house you want to live in Bloomington.
And your family can be here, your kids can go to school, you can enjoy the quality of life of the community, and you're integrated and you're there when we need you. So we're going to try that. What we're also going to do is every year for 10 years, we'll pay down that loan of $100,000.
Right.
So at the end of that 10 years, you stay employed as a police or firefighter. You have a $300,000 house with a $200,000 loan that you pay on, and $100,000 of equity built up in that house.
Right.
And the house, we hope will appreciate your own equity.
So you could be in very good shape at that point.
So we know it's a challenge to hire and retain. We're trying this out. I think it's a win-win if it works. We'll see. The details are coming out now. We appreciate the collaboration of our local financial sector, which will make this possible. And the more our police and firefighters can live in the city, be part of our community, be part of our neighborhoods, the better. You know, I often say when I swear these folks in, which is one of my favorite things, is the more our community knows about you, the better. We're proud of them and what they do.
And the more they know about the community.
And the more they know about the community, the better. And this just helps us do that.
Great, thank you. If you want to get more information about this, there's a press release online, bloomington.in.gov. Be sure to check that out. There's a lot more information available there too. I'm Deputy Mayor Mary Catherine Carmichael.
Mayor John Hamilton, thanks for your attention.